Imagine a hidden valley, a place so secluded and timeless that its very existence seems plucked from a dream. A realm where the burdens of modern life dissolve, where inhabitants live in perpetual peace, and where time itself appears to stand still. Welcome to Shangri-La, a mythical paradise that has ignited imaginations for nearly a century. Today on History Unveiled, we journey deep into the legend, exploring its origins, its intricate connections with Tibetan culture and literature, and the tantalizing possibility that Shangri-La might not be pure fiction after all. Shangri-La is more than a name, it's an idea, born in the pages of James Hilton's 1933 novel Lost Horizon. Shangri-La quickly transcended its literary roots to become synonymous with any hidden earthly paradise. But what exactly is Shangri-La? In Hilton's vision, it is a secluded valley tucked away in the western end of the Kunlun Mountains, where the people live for centuries in harmony, untouched by the conflicts of the outside world. Hilton's depiction captured the zeitgeist of an era marred by the aftermath of war and the disillusionment of modern civilization, a time when the notion of a perfect, isolated utopia resonated deeply with a weary world. At the heart of Shangri-La's legend lies Lost Horizon, the novel that forever altered our cultural imagination. Published in 1933, Hilton's story follows a group of Western travelers who, after a plane crash, discover a mysterious lamasery hidden deep in the mountains. Here, they encounter a community where time flows differently, where age seems to slow, and where the wisdom of ages is preserved in daily life. Though Hilton himself had never visited Tibet, he was inspired by a trove of travelogues and historical accounts. Notably, he drew upon the writings of French Jesuit explorers Évariste Régi-Huc and Joseph Gabet, adventurers who journeyed into the heart of Tibet in the mid-19th century. Their accounts, preserved in the archives of the British Museum, provided Hilton with a glimpse into a mysterious and faraway land. In addition, the National Geographic articles of Austrian-American botanist Joseph Rock, chronicling the remote corners of the Tibetan highlands, further fueled his imagination. Thus, from a fusion of real historical accounts and a yearning for peace in troubled times, Shangri-La was born, a place where modern woes could be left behind for a taste of everlasting harmony. But Hilton's creation did not emerge in a vacuum. Its echoes can be traced back to ancient Tibetan traditions and the mystic concept of Shambhala. In Tibetan Buddhist lore, Shambhala represents an idealized kingdom, a hidden, sacred realm where enlightened beings dwell, preserving spiritual wisdom for a future age when the world is ready to embrace it. The Tibetan term, unveil, refers to these hidden valleys, realms cloaked by the high passes of the Himalayas, accessible only to the pure of heart and those with the spiritual maturity to understand their secrets. Many Tibetan texts mention such hidden lands as refuges during times of strife. While Hilton's Shangri-La is a work of fiction, it is undeniably indebted to these centuries-old traditions that speak of a mystical, untouched haven. In this way, Shangri-La bridges two worlds: the imaginative realm of Western literature and the profound, spiritual heritage of Tibetan culture. In Lost Horizon, Shangri-La is portrayed as a utopia, a secluded valley where nature thrives in perfect balance and where human existence is reimagined. Picture a place where the seasons are mild, where the people enjoy remarkably long lives, and where the relentless march of time is slowed to a gentle rhythm. Here, the citizens are not only free from the ravages of war and stress but are also nurtured by an ethos of moderation and spiritual wisdom. Hilton's Shangri-La is a sanctuary from the harsh realities of modern civilization, a dreamlike existence that many of us secretly yearn for. Its architecture, steeped in Tibetan design, features intricately carved lama-series and peaceful courtyards, all set against the backdrop of towering, snow-capped peaks. In essence, Shangri-La is a meditation on what a harmonious society might look like if it were untouched by the disruptive forces of time and conflict. One of the most enduring questions about Shangri-La is whether it might have a basis in reality. Over the decades, explorers, historians, and even governments have sought to pinpoint a real-world counterpart to Hilton's Utopia. In 2001, for instance, the Chinese government renamed Zhongdian County in Yunnan province as Shangri-La. This rebranding was designed to capitalize on the allure of the mythical name, drawing tourists to a region renowned for its dramatic landscapes and rich Tibetan heritage. Visitors are greeted by ancient monasteries like Ganden Sumtling and dramatic vistas that seem almost otherworldly, reminders of the myth's potent power. Other claimants to the Shangri-La title include the lush Hunza Valley in northern Pakistan, an isolated, green expanse encircled by mountains at the western edge of the Himalayas, which Hilton himself visited before penning his novel. There is also Tsaparang, the ancient capital of the Gugge kingdom in western Tibet, whose crumbling fortresses and hidden temples echo the timeless mystique described in Lost Horizon. So, could Shangri-La be more than a mere literary invention? While no single place perfectly encapsulates Hilton's idyllic vision, elements of his Shangri-La seem to reside in several remote regions of the Himalayas. In each case, however, the real landscapes are layered with history, politics, and cultural complexities that often defy the simplistic perfection of a utopia. As Shangri-La's legend grew, so did its role in shaping Western perceptions of Tibet. For many in the West, the notion of a hidden, eternal paradise became a symbol, a convenient ideal that contrasted sharply with the perceived chaos and materialism of modern society. Yet, this romanticized vision is not without its critics. Scholars have argued that the Western conception of Tibet, as an untouched, mystical land, borders on exoticism, a form of Orientalism that projects Western fantasies onto an incredibly diverse and complex region. This image of Tibet, sanitized and idealized in works like Lost Horizon, often ignores the intricate realities of Tibetan history, politics, and everyday life. Critics claim that such portrayals reduce a multifaceted culture to a set of appealing cliches, images of prayer flags, ancient monasteries, and serene landscapes, while sidelining the very real struggles and changes that Tibetan communities face today. In this light, Shangri-La is not just a lost paradise, it is also a mirror reflecting our own desires for simplicity, purity, and escape. But as we peel back the layers of myth, we must ask ourselves, are we searching for a literal place, or for an idea that challenges the way we live in the modern world? Beyond literature and academic debates, Shangri-La has permeated popular culture in countless ways. Its name adorns hotels, resorts, and even a US presidential retreat. Camp David was once nicknamed Shangri-La by Franklin D. Roosevelt, inspired by the very idea of a secluded haven. The allure of Shangri-La has also been a magnet for filmmakers and artists. Frank Capra's 1937 film adaptation of Lost Horizon helped to cement the myth in the public consciousness, while modern documentaries and travel shows continue to explore its mysteries. Even in music and visual arts, the idea of Shangri-La has served as a wellspring of inspiration, a symbol of an unspoiled paradise that exists just beyond the reach of our daily concerns. Tourism has capitalized on this myth as well. Whether it's the officially renamed Shangri-La in Yunnan or the trekking routes that crisscross remote Himalayan valleys, the search for Shangri-La has spurred economic development and cultural exchange. Yet, as tourism grows, so too does the debate over authenticity and the risk of commodifying a once mystical ideal. At its core, Shangri-La is a metaphor, a representation of our collective yearning for peace, simplicity, and a return to nature. In an age marked by rapid technological advancement, environmental crises, and social fragmentation, the idea of an untouched sanctuary offers a comforting counterpoint to modern life. This deep-seated desire to escape resonates across cultures and generations. For some, Shangri-La symbolizes the hope of a future where humanity lives in balance with nature. For others, it represents a retreat into the inner world, a spiritual haven where wisdom, art, and culture can flourish away from the pressures of a globalized, consumer-driven society. In many ways, our search for Shangri-La is not about finding a physical location but about reawakening a part of ourselves, a reminder of the beauty, fragility, and possibility inherent in the human spirit. Let us now travel from myth to the tangible landscapes of the Himalayas. Across the vast expanse of Tibet, Yunnan, and even parts of northern Pakistan, one encounters places that share echoes of Hilton's Shangri-La. Take Zhongdian County in Yunnan, a region steeped in Tibetan culture and breathtaking natural beauty. In 2001, this area was officially rebranded as Shangri-La by the local government, a strategic move aimed at boosting tourism and preserving what is seen as a pristine cultural heritage. Visitors here find a mix of traditional Tibetan architecture, bustling local markets, and a landscape that oscillates between verdant valleys and snow-capped mountains. Similarly, the Hunza Valley in northern Pakistan, with its isolated green expanses and majestic peaks, has long been associated with the idea of an earthly paradise. Hilton himself visited Hunza before writing Lost Horizon, and many believe that the valley's timeless beauty provided a real-world counterpoint to his fictional creation. Yet, while these places share certain qualities with the Shangri-La of legend, they are also imbued with layers of history and modern complexity. The regions are not frozen in time, they are living, evolving landscapes where ancient traditions meet the demands of contemporary life. The question remains, can we pinpoint a real Shangri-La? Scholars and explorers have long debated this very issue. Some, like Michael McRae and Peter Bishop, have meticulously combed through historical documents and field research, suggesting that aspects of Hilton's vision were inspired by real locations, whether it be the ancient capital of Gugge, Tsaparang, or the secluded valleys of the Tibetan plateau. However, the consensus among many historians is that Shangri-La is primarily a literary creation, a composite of Western fantasies and selective interpretations of Tibetan lore. In his acclaimed work The Myth of Shangri-La, scholar Peter Bishop argues that Hilton's Utopia is a myth-taken identity, a symbol created more for its emotional resonance than its geographical accuracy. Yet, even if Shangri-La does not exist as a single, identifiable place, its legacy is undeniable. It continues to inspire adventurers, scholars, and dreamers alike, a testament to the enduring power of myth. In today's world, the myth of Shangri-La has taken on new forms. As global tourism booms, regions associated with this legendary name are being transformed, often at a rapid pace. From the luxurious resorts in Yunnan to the trekking routes winding through remote Himalayan villages, the Shangri-La brand is now a powerful economic asset. But with this transformation comes a host of challenges. The commercialization of a once mystical idea has raised concerns about the erosion of local culture and environmental degradation. How do we balance the desire to share the beauty and mystery of these regions with the need to preserve their authentic character? This is the paradox of Shangri-La. It is both a beacon of hope and an instrument of exploitation. While the myth draws visitors from around the world, it also forces us to confront the realities of cultural change and the impacts of globalization on fragile mountain ecosystems. Perhaps the most profound aspect of Shangri-La is not its location, but what it represents. In a world often defined by conflict, uncertainty, and rapid change, Shangri-La offers a glimpse of an ideal, a reminder that harmony, balance, and inner peace are possible. For many, the quest for Shangri-La is a journey inward as much as it is a search across continents. It challenges us to rethink our values, to question the relentless pace of modern life, and to seek out moments of stillness and reflection amid the chaos. In this sense, Shangri-La is a metaphor for the ideal state of being, where we embrace simplicity, cherish nature, and nurture our spiritual well-being. It is an invitation to look beyond the superficial and to rediscover a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us. As we come to the end of our journey today, one thing becomes clear. Shangri-La, whether real or imagined, remains a powerful symbol in our collective consciousness. It reminds us that even in the darkest times, the human spirit yearns for a sanctuary, a place where peace and wisdom prevail. The myth of Shangri-La invites each of us to ponder our own quest for utopia. Is it hidden in a remote valley high in the mountains? Or does it reside within our hearts, waiting to be discovered through mindfulness, compassion, and the courage to seek a better way of living? Thank you for joining us on this in-depth exploration of Shangri-La, a myth, a legend, and a mirror reflecting our deepest desires for peace and transcendence. If you enjoyed this journey through history and myth, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What does Shangri-La mean to you? Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop seeking your own version of paradise.